Coming up in news, police foil attempt to kidnap 2 children at Zenu Atadeka.
81,081 personnel to start 2021-2022 national service on Monday, 11th October 2021.
An ongoing effort at transforming the state of mining communities.
An overwhelming 253 million people are blind or visually impaired from cataracts globally.
And Guinea's military government names Mohamed Begovi as Prime Minister to oversee the country's transition back to democratic rule.
You're live on GBC News, and it's time for News Hour. Hello, good evening. I'm Sioko Kwakutre. Welcome to the news.
My name is Shelley, and then Jonathan Intim Darko translates the news into sign language. In the morning of Thursday, October 7, 2021, the Ashaiman Divisional Police Command foiled an attempted kidnapping of 2 children at Zenu Atadeka, a suburb of Ashaiman. The alleged criminals were arrested after a shootout with the police, who had been informed about the incident.
15 suspects believed to be involved in the incident were also rounded up. The arrest was made following an alarm raised by some motor riders in the area who suspected foul play by the suspected criminals. The police also retrieved a black Range Rover suspected to be used in the kidnapping and have commenced investigations into the matter. The police are yet to make an official statement on the incident.
With shoes at its top-line product, Ekropong is the largest town to join the One District, One Factory Club.
The 6.2 million CD fabric shoe factory has engaged 144 hands from the community. At its inauguration, President Akufo-Addo described the development as a giant step towards translating the government's industrialization agenda into reality.
Ghana's footwear import bill in 2018 stood at $63.7 million. The highest value was registered in 2011, $70 million. And to reduce the import bill, a state-of-the-art shoe factory has been established at Ekropong under the One District, One Factory banner. Fabric Shoe Factory is capable of producing 800 pairs of high-quality shoes, including security boots, school shoes, and casual shoes for men, women, and children per day. Management of Fabric Shoe Ekropong was chosen because it has the ideal environment and the human resource to push forward the goals of the company. Also, the siting of the factory at Ekropong would help address the rural-urban migration. At the factory's inauguration, President Akufo-Addo lauded the promoters of Fabric Shoe Factory, Messrs. Michael Asari Bediako, Opoku Benson, and Salome Jemfi, for supporting the drive to make Ghana an industrialized economy. The president encouraged Ghanaian institutions such as schools to patronize shoes made in Ghana from this factory to ease pressure on the local currency. The president was grateful to the traditional authorities and the residents of the community for their unflinching support to the company, and advised the workers to put in their best to ensure sustained growth of the company. As of September 2021, 278 One District, One Factory projects are on course with implementation under the One District, One Factory initiative. Out of this number, 104 are currently in operation, 150 are under construction, and 24 are at the mobilization stage. 165 out of the 278 are now projects representing 60%, while 113 companies are existing projects being supported, representing 40%. On his 58th natal day, the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, chose to spend part of it with cured lepers at the Weja Leprosarium in Accra. For the inmates, they felt extra special to be of choice to the second gentleman of the land to share in the birthday celebrations, and most certainly it will remain in their memories for a long time to come.
For some time now, the Vice President, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, has been involved with cured lepers in the country. He has been at the forefront of the construction of accommodation for lepers across the country. As has become customary, Dr. Bawumia and his family donate items worth thousands of Ghana cedis to the cured lepers at Christmas, and for the New Year's dinner, they are invited as well to his home every year. The underlying message for the families of these cured lepers is that they are no longer contagious. So on his 58th birthday, Dr. Bawumia and his wife, Hajia Samira Bawumia, chose to share the day with the cured lepers at the Weja Leprosarium. The second family had breakfast with the cured lepers. The founder of the Lepers Aid Committee, Reverend Father Andrew Campbell, was grateful to the Vice President for ensuring the construction of accommodation for the cured lepers across the country.
I also want to thank your government, especially through the Common Fund. They've done so well. They've finished phase 1. Here at Weja we have accommodation for each and every leper. They all need a new room each. And also you have built a clinic and a research center. And this research center will be the only research center in West Africa.
He, however, appealed to the Vice President's office to help increase the livelihood empowerment against poverty, LEAP allowance for the cured lepers.
With the LEAP fund, again, I'm asking your assistance. Not everybody in the various settlements and elsewhere are on the LEAP fund. Not all wage are on the LEAP fund, or not all in Ankofo or in Ho.
Dr. Bawumia said cured lepers deserve to be treated with respect by families and society, and with the various gestures towards lepers is to help get rid of their stigmatization by society.
There's nothing wrong with holding, eating with a cured leper, talking to. And I mean, when I first got into my official residence, we had our first opening of that residence with the lepers from Lepers Aid from all over the country, just to send the signal, and we'll continue to send that signal. It's very, very important that we let the lepers feel very welcome and part of society so that they can have a happy existence.
Dr. Bawumia promised continuous support from the government and his family to the lepers. He also donated a bull, bags of rice and assorted drinks to the leprosarium.
On Thursday, an engagement of stakeholders from mining communities opened in Accra to look at more attractive and modern ways to transform mining communities from their current state. The National Multi-Stakeholder Forum on Mining Community Development Schemes will also evaluate whether the inequitable distribution of mineral wealth has been addressed. A report by Clara Mlano.
This is Prestia, an ancient mining community in the western region, with some of the mining giants in the world operating here. It has one of the most sought-after resources in the world, gold, and expectations are that Prestia in the 21st century would be uplifted to the status of Johannesburg, another mining community in South Africa. But the two mining communities are on completely different structure. For years, the host communities are comparatively underdeveloped compared to elsewhere, despite the mineral resources mined daily. The negative impacts of mining, pollution, high cost of living, land degradation and other environmental damages on mining communities are enormous. But why such a low state despite several initiatives from mining companies and numerous benefits derived from gold? It is an issue the local management committee, implementers of the mining community development schemes and other stakeholders at the two-day meeting will look at.
The criticism is a fair one. It is for that reason that LMCs are seen as a pillar, a channel, an important instrument for bridging that gap that exists between what mining communities ought to be like as against what they are now. And that's why the work as LMCs are so important. It is together with you and the policy makers that this discrepancy can be addressed.
The Minerals Development Fund, MDF, was established to address challenges mining communities are saddled with and bridge the existing gap. Currently, the fund is capped and plans have begun to review this policy for the fund to attract more.
Soon, the fitting funds will be leased timeously to MDF to ensure more developmental projects by the LMCs at the community level.
Revenue flows, disbursement, utilization of MDF-funded projects, evaluation of performance of local management committee, and presentation on findings from the 2021 internal audit report are some areas participants will focus on for the next 2 days. For GBC News, Clara Mlano reporting.
Motorists using the toll booth at Adankrono in the Eastern region are suggesting to the Ghana Highway Authority and by extension the Roads Ministry to consider channeling revenue from tolls from the booth into repairing the roads, especially roads in that area. They complain that they dutifully play their part by paying tolls, yet the roads remain in poor shape.
Adankrono shares a boundary with Kede in the Kwabibrim municipality of the Eastern region. Adankrono literally translates as a dankro or one house, representing the history of the community, which began with just one house. This community is one of the several farming communities in Kwabibrim noted for growing forest crops. A toll booth separates Adankrono from Kede, whilst the Brim River serves as a natural boundary between the two towns. In the past, a pontoon on the Brim River was the only link between the two towns before the construction of a bridge over the river, with the exception of vehicles belonging to the Ghana National Fire Service, the Ghana Police Service, the Ghana Armed Forces, and ambulance drivers. All other vehicles are by law required to pay tolls irrespective of their status at the road and bridge toll. Motorists are complaining about the continuous payment of the tolls, which they say are not used for the right purposes.
In fact, you pay more quantity, and you cry if you a plankasi, I don't chrono. If you can do a subini, I didn't quantity, in fact, and yet you told no crown. I was almost here no more Tony. Tony was some Genuine, Scanomogene, or some Genomody, Tony. That's an hour, almost forever. And why have Scanomogene, who you already owe a queen so. Some normal boy and come boy a queen mine.
Maybe a hammer, a Sabiana, Mary, after a fool. Sir, Ebio, and our continental, like one is shaking out to a pong, and I listen to the essay. And it's and the more about this one, maybe among waste problem. For me, you might giddy, I was so shaking. The cats in your menu, anytime be not, I say, no problem, power waste. Cats in your menu, so always can Miss Canache, as well Miss Canay.
Tono, Omaji Scano. Baby, Omaji Scano, so when I try to repay, nobody. Yampata Maria, a quantity high and what I'm saying.
They are calling on the road ministry to urgently fix the road, especially those in proximity to the toll booth, to justify the collection of the monies. Peggy Amadonko, GBC News, Adankrono.
Time for our citizen journalist segment, and out of desperation, residents of Abensu in the Ghana North municipality of the Greater Accra region have used coconut trunks to construct an improvised bridge over the Nsaki River. Although this is a safety risk, the residents say they have no option because they must cross to the other side. Nuhu Muhammad, a resident and our citizen journalist for today, has sent us this video and says they fear for their lives, especially for school children who regularly cross over to nearby schools in Pokwasi as the community has no school.
In June 2021, residents of Abensu sent an SOS through GBC News for the quick repair of the footbridge which stretches over the Nsaki River. Then, the footbridge could be best described as a threat to life and limb. The bridge connects residents to nearby towns including Pokwase. The river, which flows through Abensu, takes its source from the Ebri Mountains and flows through Dumpong in Ebri, Mayura in the Gan West municipality, the Abensu community, through Pokwase and all the way to Nsakina in the Gan West municipality. It finally merges into the Bensu River at Weja. This bridge was the shortest route connecting Pokwase and other adjoining communities and used by residents of Abensu, young, old, and even pregnant women. Sadly, a downpour in the latter part of June completely washed away the bridge, leaving residents stranded. This problem is of grave concern as students used this bridge the most on a daily basis to cross over to nearby schools, especially Teacher Kope in Pokwase, as the Abensu community has no school. In an attempt to salvage the situation, residents have improvised by placing coconut trunks over the 50-year-old bridge. Nuhu Muhammad says, though it is not the best, it is a desperate means to assist the women and children in the community to trek to adjoining communities using a shorter route. However, whenever it rained, residents were at their wits' end as it became more dangerous to cross the bridge. And they are appealing to the government to come to their aid.
Still in news, the first ever Narrative Management Forum has taken place in Accra. The idea is to train citizens and journalists to tone down disinformation and hate speech. This is especially vital in this digital era, and the Hans Seidel Foundation has partnered with Project Lighthouse Africa to put together this program.
The training covered topics such as measures in curbing the spread of disinformation, journalism training for professional and citizen journalists in conflict communication, the current state of security in Ghana, and sensitizing the youth against violent extremism. The founder for Project Light Africa, Lieutenant Colonel Matthias Deshera, explained the concept of the narrative management program. A board member of Project Lighthouse Africa, Professor John Amuate Kantara, called on all to be on guard and prevent the dissemination of false information.
We sincerely apologize for loss of sound on portions of the tape. As the world celebrates Teachers Day 2021, GBC News was out and about to find out from a cross-section of students the impact that teachers make on their lives, as well as who their best teachers are. Indeed, if you can't understand what we are presenting now, say thank you to your teacher.
Our quest to accomplish our mission took us to the St. John's Grammar Senior High School at Achimota, where some of the students spoke out.
They are doing well for us, the learners, because no learner can achieve his or her objective without the help of teachers.
Teachers contribute a lot to us as people and then as students.
Seeing all the teachers, they are good, their teachings and the advice they give, just as if taking care of you as your own parent in the school. What they give to us, the advices and everything is helpful. Despite what the teachers from the classrooms and everything they are teaching us about life and all that, they are very, very interesting to be with.
The students made their choices with regard to their best teachers.
The best teacher I like is the cost accounting madam. He teaches us how to minimize our cost and thus getting more profits.
My favorite is French and government. Well, French because I want to be a lawyer, and then it's good to learn other languages because you may never know who is coming to you and from which country the person is coming from. So it would be good to learn other languages so that you be a best or a good communicator as well.
I'll take my elective physics teacher, that's Peter.
It goes without saying that teachers play an indispensable role in everyone's life on earth. Why then is it said, jokingly though, that the teacher's reward is in heaven? Why not on earth?